All right, we're back at you, and this video is going to commemorate the winner of this month's $1 face silver giveaway, and it goes to my man Dean. He picked do a video specifically highlighting standing Liberty quarters, and that's what I got for you today. And luckily, I have enough to do a video, a kind of short expose about what this series entails, some of the things that you need to know if you plan on collecting it. First of all, it was a very short-lived series. Okay, it followed the Barber series that went on for a few decades. This one was even shorter. It started out in 1916 and ran all the way up till 1930, and then at that point there were no silver quarters produced in 1931. And then the Washington Quarter series started shortly thereafter. So, let me see. I have a little bit of notes I took on it because I don't know anything. I do know that the design was crafted by Herman McNeil. Okay. These are traditionally dubbed SLQs by collectors, because Standing Liberty is such a long term. And we're going to start out with the Type 1. Okay, this is your Type 1 quarter right here. Okay, Type 1 simply means that there is an exposed booby on Lady Liberty. Okay, there was a public outcry as part of their original design, of course, and that forced Mint officials and backup designers to change the design of the obverse to kind of cover her up a little bit. On this one, this one's like a fine VF. Let me see. Oh, this one's a D, by the way. The mint mark is right here, left of the pedestal. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. Okay, you're getting shaky camera action because I'm in a car and I don't have time to do this at home, unfortunately. The adventures of having two growing girls just driving you nuts all the time. But I love them. So, the Type 1, of course, covered up the boobies, or boobie. And on the reverse, this one doesn't have the 3 stars. They added that starting into 1918. Alright, so that's a Type 1. Speaking of key dates for the quarters, this is one of them. This is a 1923S. On the dollar for dollar scale, it's probably fallen in at number 3. And you know, even though it's a series that's barely touching 15 years, there's a lot of challenge that goes along to this. The design is beautiful, don't get me wrong. But after a little bit of circulation, it does show its age. This one right here, you can't tell, but it's close. It's like an XF. And to give you an idea of dollar value, this is a $1,700, $1,800 coin right here. Okay. The Type 2, they added the 3 stars underneath the eagle on the reverse. Alright, in case you're wondering, the 1916 is the toughest to get and the most expensive. I do not have one. Followed by the 1918 over 7, the 23S that you see before you, and then the 27S is the next rarest, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is. Yeah, 27S. So that was the 23S. Okay, continuing on with Type 2. This is a 24S. As you can see where the date is, it's very, very worn, and this is about a between fine and VF. Now here is the big problem during the day, in that these were coming back to the mint with the dates almost completely wore off. Okay, first of all, it's right near the rim. It's so close. Plus, it's also on this raised pedestal. That was some of the things plaguing this particular series, and it again forced U.S. Mint officials to revamp the design on this one to help alleviate the problems with the worn dates. Because after they reach like a VG type of grade, the dates on anything earlier than 1925 were almost completely worn off to the point you don't know what it is. Which is interesting because you could find worn, terrible Type 1 quarters without the stars on them, and some people, by way of like hair detail and the gown, can cherry pick 1916s, and even in those grades they could still be certified with no date on it and sell for a couple $1,000s. So definitely something for you guys to look out for. So you got the 24, which is the last date of what I like to call Type 2 transitioning into Type 3, which is what you see here. And as you can tell, first difference is, and this is an AU example of a 28S, is that the date portion is recessed. In this one, they added an extra step under Lady Liberty and recessed that field underneath the date, so that way it doesn't wear too quickly. Now we're thinking smartly. 28S, this is a more or less more common date for this series. Once you get into the last couple years of the series, the dates are common: 28, 29, and 30. And the final date in the series, 1930. Now, if you were to collect these, it's almost important to buy graded examples, simply because a lot of the early dates, especially the key dates and the Type 1s, were very much cleaned all the time. And in some instances, it was just tough to find out which ones were cleaned. This one here is about as honest as you could get. This one is just a 1930. There's no mint mark on there. So that's the standing Liberty quarters. Okay, again, 1931. None of them were produced. They are actually testing out the designs and just doing some wear tests on the Washington quarters before they released. So that's why they gave themselves that extra buffer kind of year to help to ensure that their quarter is going to withhold the daily rigors of commerce. So again, thank you, Dean. Good job. I'm going to be announcing the next winner on Wednesday. Okay, this coming Wednesday in a couple days. So you can either, and I've had questions about this, you could either tune in onto my Facebook page, and that's simple. If you have a Facebook account, some of you don't, some of you do, you could type in Blue Ridge Silverhound, all separated words, so you're going to have 4 words, and just simply like me on there, and then go ahead and put something down, like, I'd like to see a video on this, or maybe, hey, go ahead and do a video on that. I'm gonna be doing this through the end of the year, so I'm gonna make it, make a winner happen every month all the way up through Christmas. All right, it's $1 face. Silver's going up. It's free money. Why would you not, take a stab at it? There's a lot of different subjects out there that I haven't touched on. Some of them maybe I won't. So please, think about what your answer would be before you post it. If you told me, hey, let's do a video on $50 pan pack, gold octagonal pieces, it's probably not going to happen unless I, win the lottery. And in that case, I'd be giving away a lot more than $1 in silver every month. This weekend, Fremont Coin Club show. It's going to be at the Elks Lodge if you guys are in the Bay Area. One of the guys that usually attends the event, he corrected me. Okay, it's not tomorrow like I had expressed, but it is this weekend. It goes on Saturday and Sunday here in Fremont, California. Thanks again, guys, and I look forward to hearing a lot of great comments and more show ideas. All right, see ya.